Yo guys, what is up? I hope you all are enjoying the early access of 2XKO. I know I am. I've been having a great time. I just have one complaint about it that many others do as well, and that complaint is the monetization of the game, such as the prices of skins and bundles and the battle pass. So we are going to talk about that today. A reminder as well is this isn't just a Riot Games problem. We are also seeing this problem in many other games as well. I just kind of want to give my thoughts about it. So let's dive in. If you guys have been playing 2XKO at all, I am sure that you've ran into the store at some point and you've also heard the complaints of others. So I kind of just want to give a breakdown and kind of go in and look at these bundles and see if they're actually worth the price that Riot is putting on these items. So let's take a look at the starter edition first for the Arcane series. So we have the standard, deluxe, and ultra edition. As you can see, they go from 30 to 60 to 100. So if we click on the standard one, it's pretty much the base price of what a season pass would be, just maybe a little bit more actually, because you're only getting 4 champion tokens, and usually there are 5 to sometimes 6 characters in a pass in other games. So this is a little bit on the pricey side, but all in all, not terrible. You get some KO points with it as well, so you can get yourself a free skin, so that's also a plus to it. And you get this cool little Arcane banner, which is really cool. And then we have the deluxe edition. I'd say the standard's pretty fair for the most part. Then we have this deluxe edition, right? We get like this, you know, KO finale, which looks cool, and then we get all this stuff for our avatar, right? And then we get 8 champion tokens. So this is still not a terrible deal. You get the 3,000 KO points, so you do get a skin and a half basically, right? And you get almost 2 season passes, not quite. I kind of wish that this was 10 and the other one in the standard edition was 5. I think that would be a better price point and it wouldn't be as bad or feel as bad. But overall, it's not terrible. But now we get into this ultra one that a lot of people are talking about. And if you want any of these skins, you cannot buy them separately. That is a major complaint with a lot of people, because let's say I just really wanted Jinx, which I did. I really just wanted Arcane Jinx. I thought it looked cool, and I'd be willing to spend $10 on a skin like this, not 100. But the only way that you can get that skin is by purchasing this bundle. That is the only way, and you have to get all 3 of these skins, right? Because I don't play Vi, I don't play Echo, so I really don't want them at all. And obviously you get a bunch of these chromas, which is like cool and all, and you get all the avatar stuff from before, and you get some new emotes, which is cool, I guess. And you get the 8 champion tokens and 5,000 KO points. I think that you could justify this maybe a little bit better, even though I think it is still unjustifiable to have a bundle that is $100. But you get the 5,000 KO points. I think you should get a little bit more here. I'm going to be honest, maybe 6 or 7. And then this should be up to not 8. It should not be the same as the $60 version. This should be like 12 or something of the sort. You could maybe justify this a tad bit more, but my problem is with spending $100 on something like this. It's like, I get it's a free game, but at the same time, you're a company that's trying to make some money, right? And your target audience, which I'm going to be honest with you, can probably barely rub 2 nickels together in this economy, right? Like, I'm going to be honest, like, I work, and at the end of the month, after I'm done paying all my bills and, you know, my other payments and things that I have, I'm maybe left, right, with anywhere from $100 to $200, depending on how, you know, maybe spending went that month, or if something came up that I had to pay for that I didn't know that, you know, an emergency popped up, right, and I might have had to pay for something. You know, if I had that left over every month, I could be like, all right, you know, I could see myself buying a $10 skin for one of my favorite characters that I play in the game, right? But I couldn't justify spending all of my cash that I have left over on something like this, because obviously, you know, I want to save money and things like that, and I'm sure a lot of other people do as well. So my biggest complaint with this is I wish that it wasn't this price point to begin with. I think it is lacking down here, obviously, with the KO points and the champion tokens. And also, it would be nice if I could just purchase the skin for the character that I want to play. Just make it a single purchase. I can buy Arcane Jinx for, you know, obviously they're not going to make them $10, but $20, whatever. So the other problem I have with this store, right, is that it has a rotating shop just like Valorant does. And I've never been a fan of using FOMO to scare people into buying skins, right? I think that is a very scummy practice, using FOMO to get people to buy these skins like this, right? Especially when these skins are 20 bucks a piece. So if we go up here to purchase some KO points, you saw that it was 2,000 KO points, right, to get a skin. So you're gonna have to pay this option, which is 20 bucks. You get 200 bonus. Riot likes to, you know, do that to make it seem like, oh man, I'm getting more bang for my buck, when in reality you're really not. They just like to make you feel that way, right? So they use this rotating shop. Valorant used it. Valorant's prices were absolutely insane on their bundles, hundreds and hundreds of dollars for gun skins. And granted, you could argue like, oh, they're really cool, or they give you new effects, or they give you new finishers, or blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, I don't think a skin such as something like this should be over $10. I would be fine paying for like this Ahri skin. Say I play Ahri, like, to me, I'm like, you know what, I've been having a lot of fun with Ahri, I'd like to buy this skin. I would have no problem buying this skin for $10, right? But at a $20 price point, with, you know, no effects probably changing, no, oh, I guess it does, like, it has, so it changes pink, it changes to pink, which I guess is cool, but at the same time, that's not really costing you anything to change her effects to a pink color from a blue color, right? So again, $10 I think is fine, because I would get the skin, I get this chroma, I get the gown, you know, a sticker or an emote, and I get, you know, a player card for myself, which for $10, I would think this is incredible value for like $10, right? And maybe instead of having to buy this whole bundle, maybe I just want to buy the skin. So like normally, like this bundle, instead of it being 2,000, and if I just wanted the skin, it could be 10, but if I wanted all this stuff, maybe I have to pay the 20 bucks. Could be a better way to approach it, even though I think 10 bucks for all of this is a fine deal, and I would 100% buy something like that. But I'm not a big fan of the FOMO thing, like I said before, because Marvel Rivals uses this same practice as well, with using a bunch of event passes to, you know, get people to buy these skins, like all the summer skins, right? Some skins you can get just in the store, but it's for a limited time, which is fine. You have time to go in and buy it if you want to. But if you want something like, say, the Mantis skin that just came out, right, you would have to buy a separate pass that is completely unrelated to the battle pass. They call it an event pass, right? And sit there and you'd have to level it up. So now you have 2, 3, or 4 different passes, because at any given time has about 4 passes going on at one time, right? So the only way you can get those skins is like, hey, if you guys don't buy this pass and level it up, you're gonna miss out on this skin. And I think that is an awful way to go about selling things like that, because I feel like it's just super scummy, and I'm not a fan of it, and I don't know who came up with this. As a consumer, this is not consumer friendly at all. Price is awful, rotating shop feels awful. So as a consumer, I think this system is not good at all. But I will dig into a few more things here in a bit. Let's keep going. Now we have the battle pass, right? And at first I was like, you know what? The battle pass is fine, right? It's $10, until I clicked on this, right? So not only is there a standard battle pass, right? There is a deluxe battle pass, and there is an ultra battle pass. So then you have the standard battle pass option, right? Which I'm fine with. It gives you the stage in the battle pass, which is like 76 tiers, and you can unlock some stuff for free, but you get a ton of other things to unlock: stickers, player cards, titles, things like that, right? But then we get into the deluxe edition, which in my opinion is also pretty scummy as well. So for $10 extra, which would be $1 per level, you get 10 skips on your battle pass. So this battle pass will start right at level 11, which I would never recommend buying this in the first place, as I've been playing a little bit here and there, and I'm already at like level 8 or 9, so I feel like the 10 skips are really not that important, but they're trying to get you to spend $10 extra just on top of the battle pass already, right? So it's like, they're saying 10 levels is worth $10, where if you just buy the base battle pass, right, you get 76 levels, and I'll be honest with you, you have 104 days to complete this. You do not need those items as quickly as you think you do. So this, in my opinion, is awful value. The fact that they would add $10 more to this for 10 skips is absolutely an abysmal practice, and they should be ashamed of themselves. I'll be honest, this is not good. And I don't need a marketing degree to tell you that this practice is not great. Granted, you're going to get the whales out there that'll buy anything that you throw at them, and I understand, this was brought to my attention, not to go off on a rant, but it was brought to my attention that, oh, there are people out there, you know, that don't have the extra income, and they'll still go out and spend money on stuff like this. And I think that's a whole nother problem in and of itself, right? Somebody brought this up to me, and I was like, man, like, if you're that bad with money, like, that's on you at that point. But I also see the side of it is, like, this practice also kind of preys upon people like that, in my opinion, which I don't think is great either. And that's where the FOMO thing kicks in, because even if people don't have the money, they want that skin and they feel like they'll never see it again if they don't get it now, because with a rotating shop, it's random. You never know what skins you're going to get. So if you don't get the skin now, right, you might have to wait 6 months, 8 months, a year, whatever, for that shop to line up again with the skin that you want. So this practice, I absolutely despise. I cannot talk enough bad things about this practice, and it is in multiple games, and they need to stop doing it. Anyway, let's talk about the Ultra edition of this Battle Pass. So you get everything that's in the deluxe one, right, and the standard one, but on top of that, they add this Warwick skin, right, the Arcane Warwick skin, and on top of it, along with Roma's, I believe. Now, the crappy thing about this, right, is, say you bought Warwick with your champion token already. It does not make this any cheaper. It'll still be $35 or 3,500 KO points, which I'm pretty sure translates over to $35. And you don't get like a little break on it. Like, say if you used your champion token, you should just get a little bit of a break on it, whatever the cost of a champion is. I think a champ's like $5-10. I don't know. I didn't really look, because I'm never going to spend the KO points to unlock a champion. I'm just going to play the game and unlock them with the credits that you get from just naturally playing the game, right? But you don't even get a break on that, which I think is awful. I mean, granted, you get some stuff down here, right? But I still don't think that the value is there. Now, if this Ultra Edition was $20, be like, you know what? It's not great, but it's okay, because now I'm getting the Battle Pass plus a $10 skin on top of it and some chromas and a card. I would be okay with paying $20 for the Ultra Pass, but I'm not okay with spending $35. I think it is too much, and I almost thought about buying it, but then I, had some self-control. I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? It's not worth it. And it's not, because obviously they got some Warwick skins coming up down the line that I think will be better in the long run. I think they have like a snow one coming out that's pretty cool. So like, I really don't need it now. So I think the Battle Pass practice in this game is awful. And if you are going to get the Battle Pass, it is the best bang for your buck. I'm not going to lie. Usually Battle Passes in any type of game or shop like this are worth it. Because, I mean, it's $10. You get like 4 skins. You get a stage. You get, stickers, titles, all this other stuff. So I will always say that Battle Passes that are $10, always worth it. And that's the standard price for a Battle Pass to begin with, which I'm okay with. But yeah, I guess to give some more insight into this, right, I kind of want to bring up League of Legends and go through some of the skin options in that game and kind of make a comparison, right, with skins in this game versus that game. So just give me one moment, guys. All right, guys, so I have the League client up here now, right, and I kind of just wanted to show you guys the difference in shops, quality, things of that nature, right? Riot has put things into League of Legends that resemble something such as a rotating game shop, but we'll get there in a second. What I wanted to talk about is Riot used to have skins, right, that were 520, 975, 1350, and 1820. Like, over the years, obviously they've released some ultimate skins that have gone for 3250, which is, I think it was like 60 bucks, 70 bucks at the time, maybe somewhere in there. I can't quite remember, but it was something crazy. But like right here, you have a skin like this. This skin is $10 because 10 bucks would get you 1380, right? And the difference in quality in skins, right? So this one usually just changes like effects, no voice lines, anything of that nature. So for 10 bucks, I'm like, all right, it's a new look, nothing crazy changes. I'm cool with paying $10 for that, which a lot of the skins in 2XKO are kind of reminiscent of that, right? So nothing really changes outside of effects and the way the character looks, right? I'm cool with paying $10 for that. But then, this is the problem that I have with them calling those legendary skins and charging $20, because, let me see if I can find it. I'm just going to type in Ari over here because I can use her as an example, right? We have this Spirit Blossom Springs Ari skin. So if you bring this up, right, the thing with this kind of skin is that this skin completely changes the way a character feels, the way it usually moves. They usually have like different walk animations and things like that, different voice lines, and usually like a unique like voiceover if they add like, you know, maybe like more of a spring feel to the voice, or like the voice changes in some way, right? And a skin like this is usually like $15. $15 roughly. And you get something that completely changes the way your character feels. The new effects on the skin are like watery, right? With this skin, this is a spring skin, and you know, there's water in there and everything. You get, you know, this water feel when you go to throw the ball, right? You get the new sound effects as well. That's the thing I was missing. You get all of this for $15. Yet, Riot wants to charge you in 2XKO $20 for just a costume of a character. That is where I have the problem, and I think League actually does better at. Now, don't get me wrong, League has also put in a gacha system for both TFT and for League of Legends. So if we go over to Heztech Crafting and we go into the Sanctum, right? They have put a gacha system in their game. Also not a big fan of this because, again, you get this FOMO thing, right? Ends in 13 days, so it's like, yeah, granted, I have time to get this skin if I want to, but the only way that I can get this skin is by getting very, very lucky, because if you look at the drop rates here, to get this skin before the pity kicks in is 0.5%. 0.5%. So the chances of you actually getting this skin before the pity would take place are abysmally low. And I honestly have never seen anybody get the skin before the pity, right? But at max pity, right? Because if you get a summon here, you know, you have an allowance per day, whatever. It costs 400 RP. So that's a little bit over $5, I think. It's about $5. You'd have to spend $5 in RP to get this. So I'm just going to call it $5. So you have to spend $5 for one roll, right? And at 40 summons, you would get the pity to kick in, and you would automatically get this skin. So once you are $250 deep, you would be rewarded with this skin. $250. That's half of a PlayStation 5. That is, what, almost 5 games? 4 or 5, we'll say 4. 4 games, 5 games, depending on the price of the game, right? That you're spending on one skin. So again, this is Riot's way of using FOMO to like, oh my god, if I ever want this Echo skin, I have to get it now, or, you know, I'll never get it. And I'm pretty sure that this shop rotates as well, but still, there have been, I want to say 4, 5, or 6 of these, and at $250 a pop, you know, people are paying for them, right? I get that, but at the same time, you guys got to use your brain a little bit. Like, do you really want to spend $250 on a skin? Like, a normal person, are they going to be able to afford that, right? Probably not. And The big problem that I have with this, that I'm going to just get into right now, the problem that I have with this pricing and this business strategy, I guess you could call it, is the fact that you're basically telling, you know, normal everyday people that, you know, make, let's say 20 bucks an hour or, you know, 15, whatever it is, and they only have so much money left over a month. You're basically telling them like, hey, we don't care about you. We want the people that are making, you know, 80 or 120 or 200,000 and plus dollars a year. We want those guys. We want them in here buying these skins, right? Now, that's the problem I have, is you're telling that a normal everyday person that comes in and this is their game, their escape, something that they enjoy, and they just want a new look for their character, to say, hey man, sorry, better luck next time, we don't want you. And I think I understand from Riot's point of view, kind of, that, oh, we want to make more money, or we want to make most money as possible, right? And it's like, well, if you would just lower the price of your skins and keep the, we'll say, the middle and lower class people in the market, right, to be able to buy a skin for their favorite character, it's like you're getting more sales, right? Because like I showed you in 2XKO that those skins in the rotating shop were all $20 a piece, right? Now, if you made all those skins $10 a piece and you halved it, you'd probably get more people just to buy all 4 skins in the rotating shop, because they're like, well, it's $40 instead of $80, and I like all these characters, so I might as well just, you know, I'm going to use my extra money for this month, a little bit of extra spending money, and I'm just going to get these 4 skins in the shop and enjoy them. I think you would have a better business model then at that point, and you'd get more money overall, because at that point, every person, at least close to every person, would be able to afford skins at that point, or at the very least it'd be more affordable for a lot of people, right? And I think you'd get more money over time that way than just completely shutting away people that were super excited to buy skins that are no longer going to buy them because of the way pricing is working in this game, right? So that's just a little tidbit I wanted to talk about, because, you know, I'm by no means a wealthy guy at all, and I'm, you know, I try to save up money as much as I can. You know, every once in a while I do want to buy, you know, a cosmetic or something like that, right? But I don't want to have to throw the whole bank away in order to do it. So I'm coming with a guy from, you know, experience as well, with, you know, not having a ton of money, but, you know, wanting to spend here and there just for things you enjoy, right? Everybody wants to do that. Everybody wants to treat themselves at some point. And I think Riot is just going the completely wrong way around it, right? And a lot of people talk about the CS effect and skins having rarity and things like that, right? And it's like, I get the rarity thing, but at the same time, there's different ways to tackle that, right? And Riot has done this before, and it's worked out fine. Like, every year they have a championship skin for when Worlds starts, or the Worlds skin. It's like, okay, you can get it for the duration of Worlds. If you don't get it now, you can get it next year when we release them all again, so people can get them at Worlds time again. So it's like there is a set time schedule to when you can get those skins. So hey, maybe I didn't have the money this year, but next year I can get it. You know, I have the money this year, I'll get the one that I missed last year. Things like that. Or event skins, where it's like they make holiday skins, right? They'll make holiday skins like Halloween skins, and they'll only be on sale for, you know, a month or something during that Halloween time, and you can get them then. And it's like, if you only wanted a couple, you could buy a couple, but if you decide you want the other ones down the road, you know that they're coming back around Halloween next year or Christmas next year, and you can get them, right? So at least there's a way, and you like know that, hey, I didn't get them this year, or I missed a few, maybe I can get them next year, right? And I think that is a better way to approach that. And I think having like this pseudo rarity on skins is just a dumb idea anyway. That's just me. I think it's stupid, because you want people buying these skins anyway, because hey, that's how you make money, right? But also, good pricing helps you make more money and more people buy them, right? So I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here, but yeah, I know I've been yapping about this a lot, guys. I was planning on this being a shorter video, but this is a topic that I'm kind of passionate about, because I feel like it is very scummy practice to keep doing things like this, and I think a lot of this could be avoided if we didn't sell out to large investment companies. Just a thought. Anyway, I wanted to give you guys an example of what I think pretty decent monetization looks like in Granblue Fantasy versus Rising. I think they do a good job of tackling free and paid items. So the cool thing is when a new battle pass comes out in Rising, you have 30 free levels, and usually you can get a new music track with that, a avatar for the in-game lobby, rupees, titles, stickers, emotes, you name it, you can get it in the free pass. But then there is a premium pass that adds to that with 60 more levels, and the first 30 levels overlap with the other 30 levels of the free one. So basically you're getting double the rewards for those first 30 levels, and then after that the other paid tier is 30 levels and you just get those, right? But that pass is $6. $6, and you get weapon skins, you get recolors, you get music, titles, player backgrounds, stickers for your profile, all these different things for $6. That's like, I'm saying it's probably around, 90 items, right? 90 things that you get for $6. Pretty good deal. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, the skin at the end of the pass that you usually get is really good and totally worth just spending the $6 just for that skin, because that skin itself is worth at least $6, if not more, right? But it's a great value, and I love Granblue for it. Now, the other cool thing with Rising, right, is we have a store built into the game. It's called the Rupee Shop. I kind of just wanted to show you guys the things that you can do with rupees, right? And you earn these rupees through the battle pass, through challenges that you do daily, through challenges that you can do monthly, and a ton of other things. But those are just some. But you can buy new character colors, right? So if we went to, let's say, on Catalina, and you will see that these different colors come up, right? Color 5, 6, 7, 8, so on and so forth. You can unlock these by leveling up your character, and character levels go up to, I believe right now, 1,500, with giving you rewards at certain levels. So you could just earn these from playing if you wanted to, but if you wanted that color now, you could come in for 500 in-game coins and buy that color for yourself, which 500 coins is really not that much in the grand scheme of things. But there's also colors that are unique and you can only get with the in-game currency. Granted, they're a little bit more expensive, but nothing that you can't get in a couple days of playing. So you can get these colors as well. And then color 22 is obviously one that they had in the battle pass before that they decided to put in the shop. So they do things like that from time to time. So if you missed a battle pass or something like that, you can go in and get these other colors for the characters that you missed by just buying them with the rupees. And the other cool thing that I wanted to note, which is going to be at the end here, there is special content, right? So you could unlock a new look for your character for 22,500 rupees. Now, it will take you a bit of time to unlock that, right? But you have the option to get that by just playing if you want to. And as you can see, I'm almost at 44. I could buy 2 of these if I wanted to. So it is definitely possible to get these. And the other cool thing is if you didn't want to wait to get them with the in-game currency, you could go out and buy this skin in the store page for $5. And I'm going to show you kind of what these skins look like here in a second, so you can kind of get an idea of what $5 looks like in this game. But another important thing to add is the characters in this game you can also unlock for free by just playing and getting the rupees, and they also cost the same as the costumes that you saw up above. And I think this is pretty good. It gives you an option to earn these if you want to, but if you want them earlier, you just pay for them, right? So it's nice having the option. In 2XKO, we don't have that, right? So I just wanted to give you guys an idea. In League, you kind of have the illusion of having that with Heztech chests, but those chests are always a gamble and don't always guarantee you a skin anyway. It's usually a frickin' champion shard, which, for whatever reason, I feel like they do that on purpose. But, yeah. So to give you guys an idea, this is what Beatrix's base costume looks like. You know, she's in her basic warrior garb that she has, you know, her basic sword and things like that. But we unlocked a costume in the battle pass, which you can also purchase now for $5. Granted, they released that content further down the line, but the option is there. That's why I said it's better to just buy the battle pass for $6 and grind out the levels. But this is what $5 would get you, or $6 would get you if you bought the battle pass, right? You get this Indigo Witch skin. It is Beatrix's Halloween costume. So to give you an idea of, you know, what this skin looks like, you can see it on the side. I'm just going to go into game real quick just to give you guys a look. And I will also pick, I believe we'll pick Vasaraga. So Vasaraga normally looks like this, right? But you have this costume called No Fear, No Pain. Looks pretty cool compared to his OG look. Alright guys, I am now in training, and as you can see, these skins are pretty good. Pretty high quality. They took their time on them. I would absolutely pay $5 for this. And that's where I kind of want to talk about 2XKO, is that we have skins like this in an Arxis game that are $5. Now, they don't have any cool effects or anything like that, right? And that's okay. They don't have to, because visual clarity in these games are kind of important, so I'm cool if the effects don't change. But this is a $5 skin. A $5 skin, you get this. Look at Vasaraga. This $5 skin over here. Look at this. It's sweet. He looks awesome. It's just $5. And Riot's trying to charge $20. That's the problem that I have. When you can do something like this that's $5. Like, Riot could easily lower their prices on some of those skins that they're calling legendary skins to, I know they'll never do $5, but to $10 and make out way better than what they are now. So I just kind of wanted to shed some light on this topic as to, you know, why people are probably a little bit angry and disappointed. And I know, I just want to get this out of the way now, I know that you don't have to buy any of these things, but it's nice for the people that want to support the devs to be able to do so. And I think it would be a lot better if they could support them in an easier way. And that's usually with the wallet. People will purchase things that they think that are worth it, right? And I just think that at the current prices that these companies are trying to use are just not great. So guys, I just want to give some final thoughts on this. I think the pricing and monetization in 2XKO needs to change. I think for longevity and giving this game a proper chance and for people to properly support it, it would be in their best interest to dial back on the cost of skins, on the cost of these bundles, and to give people the option to just buy whatever skin that they want. I think the rotating shop is an absolutely awful system, and that's why I wanted to show you guys Granblue and how they operate their shop and how you can just go in and buy something if you want it, right? I think that is a way better business model than trying to force people into buying these super expensive skins, right? And I know you're not like forcing them, but you get the idea. So hopefully that guys kind of shed some light on the subject and, you know, gave you some new things to think about. I would love to hear what your guys' opinion is on this. Maybe you changed my mind. You know, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. I'm open to having a civil discussion with you guys on the topic. That's all I have for you guys today. Obviously, if you're enjoying my content, please consider subscribing to me on YouTube, following me on Twitch, and following me on TikTok. I would really appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Until next time, guys, have a good one, and peace.